Tasting like a boss. How you guys doing? I might be a little quiet today. I apologize. I'm trying to use my earbud and not be too loud because I'm in a place where everything echoes. I don't want to bother too many people. I'm in Montreal, Canada today, and I am at Crew, C-R-E-W, Crew Collective and Cafe here in Montreal, Canada. And so why am I here? Do they have the best coffee in Canada? I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I'm hoping they do. But I'm really here because of where I am and how unique it is. This building that we're in is one that was completed in 1928. It is formerly the Royal Canadian Bank building. And it is phenomenal. We did a tour yesterday, so I'm just going to provide a little education. Not because I'm intelligent and know this, it's just stuff I learned and I thought I'd share it with you guys. The street that we're running along used to essentially be the Wall Street of Montreal, Canada. And on the street, all these banks, very large, very beautiful banks, because they existed at a time in which the structure, size, shape, and how rich it looked is very important for perception. You know, nowadays banking is all done electronically. You don't even think about it, right? A lot of bank branches you walk into, if it was McDonald's, you'd probably walk right back out, right? But back then, you wanted to show strength, stability, and wealth so that people would trust you with their funds. So all these structures are just amazingly detailed, amazingly large, daunting, and this one is no exception at all. I'm going to shoot some video outside. I'm going to try to tack it to this video so you might have the perspective change. I apologize for that. But, so let me just show you around just a little bit, and I'll shoot some other videos. Just look at the ceilings. And if you look over there, you'll notice the way it's set up. It's set up still like a bank. And that's because this is a heritage building. Because it's a heritage building, they can't change certain things. And so they built this cafe essentially with what was the bank block. And it is indeed impressive. I know you really can't tell because I'm in a corner trying to stay away from everybody else. I'll shoot some video on it just to have it. So what am I having today? Well, I'm going to have a Canadian bagel with cream cheese. And I know that some of you are going to say, you shouldn't have had it there. There's another place you can go to in the Jewish downtown, or what it was the Jewish village. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna have that bagel. It's not really about the bagel. It is about having the coffee. And they decided to get their signature. And of course they did the little design I have to show you. There you go. All right. This is I want to make sure I have it. It is a latte dulce de leche. Okay, so this is done obviously with a double espresso latte. Then they have the dulce de leche syrup, and there's a little bit of a Werther's caramel hard candy that's kind of dissolved on top as well. So, yes, more sweet than I want it to be, I'm sure, but at the same time, I don't mind. The atmosphere is incredible. So, tasting like a boss. It's really good. And you know, not overly sweet. It's sweet. But you know, I think sometimes we in the USA overly sweeten things, you know? Like if I got this at Starbucks, I know that it would be like a milkshake. It's still definitely sweet. At least I can still taste the coffee, which is nice. So with this video, we are officially international. So thank you for going on this journey with me. Also, I got a bag of their beans. You know I did. So I'll be doing a review of this when I get back home. But now that this part of the review is done, I'm just going to do a couple of videos from inside the building and outside of the building. And until next time, people, you know what to do. Keep tasting like a boss. Thanks so much. So there's the outside of the bank building, or what was the bank building there. And for those people who are beer drinkers, next door, or at least across the little street there, it is next door, you have Molson's Bank. Yeah, it's named after the Molson of Molson's beer. And it's one of several banks on the street in Montreal. This street here used to be essentially Wall Street for Montreal, and these buildings were built at a time when you needed to really just awe the people who were coming in, because physical banks were very important. Physical structures showed wealth and stability, so you didn't want to have a rinky-dink bank. It's really quite interesting, really cool. This was the tallest structure at the time it was completed in Canada. We've already touched on this in the reviews, but just want to be able to let you guys be able to see from the outside. Come on, guys, let's just take a little trip on what it's like walking in. Imagine this is your Starbucks. Right? Yeah, it's a pretty cool place to be. In fact, I take heart in knowing that when I'm done with this video, I'm going to go back and get Boss and Boss. And we're probably going to have a cup of coffee here, just the two of us, without you guys tagging along. But it is a beautiful structure. It's such a unique place to have coffee. I know that not everyone's going to have the opportunity to do it. I'm glad I was able to share it with you guys, for those of you who appreciate it. By the way, I even show you. Look at the ornate ground, the marble ground. It's throughout. It's all the touches. Two other things I want to let you know. Actually, three. First, some of these spaces here you rent out. They're basically maximizing the economic benefit of the space, because there's not things that they can change. Again, the bank teller windows, the little check desks, those all have to stay where they are. And so they're working with their surroundings, and it's really interesting to see that. Two, I think I might have said this already on the video outside, but just in case you guys didn't hear, when this structure was built in 1928, it was 22 stories tall, which means that it was the tallest building in the British Empire at the time. And at the time, it was also the tallest structure in all of Canada, even taller than the Notre Dame Basilica here in Montreal, not the one in France, here in Montreal. And, oh, finally, I gotta be honest, two things about the drink. As I got to the bottom of the drink, the sweetness got intense. So you know what, USA, feel just fine. Your sweetness is really much on par with what the French are doing, or the Canadians are doing as well. And more importantly, that espresso hit, dude. That espresso hit. I'm not caffeine sensitive, but I feel ready to go. So until next time, people, thanks for going on this taste journey with me, and keep tasting like a boss.